Yo, what is up? So, we're gonna continue with some horror shiz. Josh Works, what up? What you got going on, man? So, yeah, I'm doing AI stuff, but I'm starting from scratch. I had a bunch of stuff done, but I had a crash that broke everything, so I'm gonna just start it all from scratch. Hi man, I'm finished sort of with the tab menu UI in Figma, so now I'm moving to UI stuff to Unreal. How are you? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, good old UI. I'm doing pretty good. Little annoyed that I gotta start the shit over, but it'll be alright. It'll be alright. More learning. I'll learn it even better now. But hell yeah, how's the UI looking? Yeah, it sucks. It looks awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Good old good looking UI. Alright, so I'm just gonna delete a bunch of stuff first. Hey, delete all of these. Let me delete the behavior trees. Hey, delete that. Enemies, delete all of this. Delete all of this. Can leave that. Delete all of that. I come in here. Event graph. Delete everything in here. Delete all of that. Delete all of that. I think that's everything. Let me go into here. Delete all the shit in here. Delete class settings. Delete this stuff. Yeah, it's simple, but looks good at the same time. Inspiration came from the Days Gone UI UX redesign, as well as a Valheim UI UX redesign I found on Behance. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Good old Days Gone. Have you played Days Gone before? I have to stream it on YouTube too to moderate. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, we don't want that crazy son of a bitch coming back. Delete. Starting from scratch. Now I just need to fix up redirectors. Nope. Yeah, dude. Shit's annoying as fuck, but... Okay, so I'm just gonna close this. PM Teddy, I mean, it's YouTube. They're all crazy sobs. Might as well ban them all. Yeah. Well, once my Streamlabs thing runs out, I probably won't even be streaming on YouTube anymore. At least not until I can pay for it again. But what's up, PM Teddy? What you got going on? No, not all of them. Yeah, not all of them, but dude, YouTube, the YouTube comment section is toxic as fuck. Yeah, YouTube is a wasteland. Hell yeah, it is. Some crazy sons of bitches on YouTube, man. People with nothing better to do than just annoy people. Or try to annoy people. Got nothing going on for once, just relaxing. How are you, man? I'm doing pretty good. We're about to be doing some AI stuff. I had AI going pretty good, but I had a crash yesterday that kind of broke all my AI. So I'm starting it over, but hell yeah, nice relaxing day is good. It's good. Hope you're well. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. AI integrated in UE5? What do you mean? Yeah, we're doing AI, like enemies. We're doing enemies. We were making the main menu and stuff soon too. Once I'm done redesigning the tab menu in UMG, hell yeah. Just a bunch of UI shit. Just a bunch of UI shiz. Alright, so... Oh, my dumbass thought like ChatGPT and UE5? No, like enemies. Good old enemies. Oh, what the hell is going on in here? Did I just break some more shit? What did I break? Oh, it's it is this thing. Delete that. There we go. Okay. Good thing I'm relaxing for once. My brain apparently needs it. Yeah. Yeah, take a time to just do like nothing. Just to be a potato is good sometimes. Good for the brain. Okay, let's see. I don't think I need to delete anything in here. This should be fine. Yeah, we'll leave that. Alright, so yeah, I've been following Al's AI stuff. It's pretty good. So we're just gonna start that over. Right here. And yeah, I don't need a lot of this.
A player folder and create one for all of our enemies. We're going to have multiple enemies. And now in third-person blueprints, I'm going to duplicate, Control D, and duplicate the third-person character and call it player and move it to our player folder. And also open up this third-person game mode and change the default pawn class to be your duplicate that and call it BP enemy. And I'm calling it, we don't need any of that. We don't need a follow camera, we don't need a camera boom. And also let's change the mesh to be Manny_simple instead of Quinn, and BP_Manny. And now we have a player and we have an enemy. Oh, and let's remove this clipping that happens when the camera gets in front of the enemy. So back here in our enemy base.
Pretty sure I already have that.
On our mesh, scroll down to collision and switch to custom and ignore camera.
Yep.
And do the same for the capsule as well. Collision, custom, and ignore camera. Compile and save. Now there should be no more clipping. All right. Now what we're going to do now is add very basic behavior for our enemy, moving and attacking and things like that. And we're going to do it all in blueprints and then move it to behavior trees to show you how you can achieve the same simple results in the behavior trees and of course add more complex logic and behavior to it.
Brackeys released his first Godot video earlier, just over an hour long. Holy shit. Are you gonna follow it?
Call this chase player. And what this will do is it will call AI move to, this one. And AI move to just takes a pawn, which will be a reference to ourself, which is the enemy, and either a destination or a target actor. So we want it to move to our player character. So pull off of here and search for get player character. Right now we only have one player and one target, so it's always going to be the player. And the acceptance radius is how far it should stop before reaching this target. So let's say 150 units or 1.5 meters. Then on success, let's add a delay. Let's wait for 2 seconds and then start chasing the player.
Cool. It's broken. Oh yeah, I didn't call it. Right. Damn AI done. No, I'm just kidding. I might perhaps. I need to brush up on my Godot skills so I and Z can make our game. Hell yeah. When was the last time y'all worked on that game? Godot is getting good, but not yet as good as UE5 or Unity. Not sure if it will ever be. I mean, it might. It can get there. I mean, Unity and Unreal have been around forever. A month ago? Damn. Yeah, that's a while. When was the last time you talked to your friend you're making that with? Okay, cool. We got that.
There again.
The other day when she was streaming. Oh, nice, nice. She streams.
Search for event begin play and call this chase player on begin play.
I didn't know that. Yeah, but Unreal has a massive following and probably investors behind it. Yeah, and they have Fortnite. So.
AI move to function requires there to
Godot is solid though. Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
How to move and how to navigate.
I have not messed with it, but yeah.
Let's see the whole.
Yeah, Zithrian, you followed her. Remember? Oh. Yeah, I remember now. It's me. What's up, Ben? What you got going on?
And then just scale it.
What to do? What to do? We're starting over AI, starting from scratch. Everything was broken. Why part 1 again? Starting from scratch. Trying to fix it from that crash yesterday. Shit was just not working right ever since.
P
Ben, oh fuck, okay, yeah, dude.
That the player can move. Make
Sucks,
sure
but
that
it'll be okay.
everything is green. Great. Now all the green areas are the areas where the enemy, can navigate to. Just P again. Now if we play, the chase works.
Ben, how are you? Yeah, what you got going on, man?
Chases us, and after 2 seconds starts chasing again. Great. Now let's give the enemy a simple attack function. So back here in our enemy again, add a and call
does that say Humbus? Yo, what's up? What you got going on?
A montage. So search for play.
Okay, let's get our custom event attack play montage. Mesh. I'm gonna do play rate at 2. Montage to play is gonna be. Let me find my enemy here. This one. And then we're gonna do I'm gonna do something different than him here. Percentage float set on notify begin. Random float and range between 0 and 100. If this is less than 25, then we are. I already know he's adding an event dispatcher, so on attack end. That's false. We'll call on attack end. Then I will duplicate attack 2. This will be this one and attack 2. Then duplicate. This is gonna be attack 3. Then we will call attack 3. And then here we will just call on attack end. Cool. Not much going on? Hell yeah. Good, glad to hear it. How are you, Josh? I'm good, thank you, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, everybody just chilling. Everybody just chilling today. Alright, so. Attack. We'll just call this here. I'm pretty sure this is what he's about to do. Let's see. Oh, did I ever change that third animation? I didn't. Let me change that. This one. Which is weird considering it's Monday. That's usually not a chill day. Yeah, that's normally the day of everybody, like, getting back to doing work shit. Cool. Fuck work, but speaking of, you got a call yet, Carrie? Nope. Yeah, I've been I'm waiting until I get a haircut. So Friday, me and my dad are gonna go get a haircut. And yeah, I kind of just want to clean up so that when I apply to more places, I don't do an interview and they take one look at me and be like, "Fuck this guy. He looks like a hippie, long ass hair." Scotty TV looks like he is pretty simple to outrun. Yeah, we're literally just getting started. We have one little basic thing in. But what's up, Scotty? What you got going on? Sort of what people think of me and my beard. Oh, you got a big ass beard? Yeah, that's kind of the thing with jobs. You gotta like clean up and shit for them, which is dumb as hell. Who the fuck is this hippie? Yeah, exactly. I roll up in there with hair going down to my ass. And you're like, hell nah, we're not hiring this guy. Gotta look fresh for the interviews, yeah, which is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, dude, it's so stupid. I prefer beards, yeah, I prefer long hair. Like, I got long ass hair. Can't ever really see it because I'm always wearing the beanie, but I rock the long hairs. Joe Dirt right here. Got the Joe Dirt hair. But yeah, I prefer to have a beard too, but yeah. Same, I have a beard too, yeah. Gotta rock the beard. But yeah, mine's still growing back, which means when I do get more interviews, I'm gonna gonna have to shave again.
Play montage. And make sure to select this one, not the anim montage, because this one has a lot of execution pins like on complete, on interrupt that we'll be using as well. Now it takes a skeletal mesh, which will be our enemy mesh. And we don't have any montage yet to play, so let's go ahead and create that. Create anim montage and call. For now, this like. Now you see like defeat or Annie. Were really cool. And it has here a control rig that does the IK and animation of this curve to double click. And if the curve's value is greater than 0, I want there is working properly. IK is also working properly. Nice. So this will be very useful for any animation that moves the feet of the now back to our AI tutorial. Now we have a very basic AI functionality. The enemy chases the player. Once it reaches the player, it does this attack montage and then just repeats. So I'm going to show you how.
I don't even shave for interviews. If they don't like my beard, fuck them. I missed the part where that's my problem. I feel like depending on the kind of beard you have, I feel like a beard isn't as bad as rolling up, or if you're a dude rolling up with long ass hair. But yeah, I feel like you'll get judged more for having long hair as a dude than you will having a beard. Sucks they judge people on the outside like that instead of their work ethic and whatnot. Who cares if you have long hair, beards, tattoos, etc. What matters is how well you work. Yeah, but there's a bunch of
inside the behavior tree instead of
dumbass people running the business world, so
and
yeah.
Let's inside this enemies folder. Let's create a new
Young Jojo, yeah, best guy to learn on. Yeah, I ran through some of his tutorials the past couple of days, but it broke, so I'm running through them again. But yeah, Owl's AI is literally the best series that I've seen on AI. Yeah, he's got some good shit.
Functionality that we'll be creating throughout this tutorial series.
What's up, Young Jojo? What you got going on?
The first thing we want to create here is a behavior tree and a blackboard. Now, both of these always come together. So let me show you what that looks like. So right click and search for behavior tree. or you can also find it under artificial intelligence behavior tree. I'm going to call this one BT enemy base. Also enemy base because we can have a different behavior tree for every different enemy type, like one for a ranged enemy, one for a melee enemy, one for defensive, and so on. And also under artificial intelligence, create a blackboard and call this BP enemy base as well. Now, if you open up this behavior tree, you want to give it a blackboard or tell it which blackboard it's associated with. But since we only have one blackboard, it already found it on its own. Now I'm going to quickly describe what a behavior tree is and how blackboards are used, but I'm not going to dive into too much detail until we actually start implementing the behaviors, so that you'll
sort of makes sense though. If you're a dude that got a big middle finger tattoo on your face, then you're getting a job. That's what the customer will see on the shop floor. Yep.
Perform, and it's depends on two things. You pull out
but
you can either create
I mean, even for like warehouse jobs, dude, they'll judge you for that. A job where you will literally never see a customer, they'll still judge you on shit like that.
Or you heal.
Nothing, man. Getting ready to drive to California from Chicago. Oh shit, you got a long ass drive. Well, hopefully that goes smooth. Have a good trip, man. Honestly Bad, bro. What's up, Honestly Bad? What you got going on, man?
Nested,
what to do? Oh, we got ads.
Sequences followed by selectors and so on. And at the end,
one of the tutorials you sent me yesterday was in French, and it took 15 parts just to get a turret.
But you also have
was it in French? I didn't watch it. I just saw the title. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Run the tasks from left to right, and the selector only succeeds and moves on to the next node if all of the tasks under it succeed as
the
well.
other one was just straight ass.
This one
oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, sadly there's not really any great. There's not. I didn't really find any great tutorials for what's the kind of game you're making? I forget. That game, that kind of game. Tower defense, yeah. But honestly, I feel like tower defense, if you could find enemies on, if you could find tutorials just on like a turret enemy, or like turret AI plus like wave-based enemies, that's pretty much all you need, right? And I'm sure tutorials on that exist, right? Let's see. Turret. I'm gonna make a simple turret. Here's Gorka. Right here. Send you the Gorka vid. Oh, why does this audio sound like ass right there? I would say don't even do that. What, Gorka? But still, it'll get you started. There's a Gorka tut on turret. Let's see what other turret ones there are. Turret system. Code Like Me. Oh, Code Like Me is good. I'll drop this one in the chat. Turret. Wave enemies. Let's see what we got here. Ryan Laley, wave mode, wave-based enemies. Horde enemy wave system from Matt Asplin. I'll drop you the Ryan Laley video. There you go. Let me catch up on the old YouTube chat here because I know I just missed one there. There you go. French is my first language? Oh shit. Yeah, sadly it's not Honestly Bad's first language though. Apparently I sent him a bunch of French tutorials I didn't even realize. All right, let me catch up here. Hey, you're not only learning UE5, but French too. Carrie is looking out for you. Yeah, dude. You're learning more than UE5 at that point. Nowadays, people even look at shelf stacking as the company. It's like, no, I'm just a dude trying to go about my life. Yeah, dude. Like the general customer getting angry and being like, I'm never coming here again. It's like, I don't give a shit, dude. Why would I care? Fucking troll. I didn't mean to troll. Hey, you're not the oh yeah, I read that one. Yeah, I couldn't find any good tutorials for it. Yeah, I didn't either, but I mean, it shouldn't be too. You could find tutorials that are similar. Vanny might have tits, you never know. I would say don't even do that. I went to the world of messy blueprints. What world of messy blueprints? Learn how to use UE first of all. Yeah, I would say just like learn some basic UE stuff first. And once you learn basic UE shit, you'll be able to do it. Rusi, what's up, Rusi? What you got going on? Like if I was to build a tower defense game, I could probably do it just because I know other Unreal Engine shit. Like it's not necessarily getting the turrets to shoot, but setting up the platforms and building system for it. Oh, what? You need a building system. Oh, I see. I will help anyone. Yeah, Josh says he'll help. You two should really ban this carry guy. He's spamming links in chat. Yeah, I need to be banned. And when it comes to like enemies, I think mine will still have to be somewhat custom because it's vehicles. Yeah, I mean you could do AI vehicles. That might be one of the more challenging parts, but I've done some AI vehicle tutorials before. Like I've watched some. I tried. You cannot ban the broadcaster. You learn the basic of BP and Unreal, and you'll be able to do all of this anyways. Yeah, I agree. If you just learn the engine, you'll be able to do it. The sort where I need a bunch of object references and switch ons, etc. that make the blueprint look messy. Oh. Ooh. Gotta clean it up, boy. Gotta clean it up. Not lies? Lie? Offered to help you with saving and loading, didn't I? Offered. Yes. Hey, what's up, Rusi? How are you? What you got going on? What to do?
I couldn't reach the move to the target, then it failed. Then it won't do these. It will go back up and see. Try to run it again.
Came back and said you broke it at all? Yeah, dude.
Under sequence.
That kind of save system is kind of stupid.
Now selector is different. That it tries to
just chilling, nothing much. Hell yeah. What's on the old plan for the day?
Here, and move 2 succeeds, then it's not going to go to the weights because move 2 already succeeded. But if it fails,
I did. I was just sort of on idle until you asked for help. Oh.
Now this will make a lot more
Didn't
sense.
Had to ask.
Start actually doing it. So let's.
Getting back to modding Skyrim. Oh shit! What kind of mods are you doing? Are you planning on streaming that?
In our blueprint.
Does that mean we might get a Rusi stream at some point?
All right. So.
No saving in my game till the carry video. Yeah, I gotta work that shit out.
So let's add a sequence node here.
No stream?
Sequence of action
fair enough.
And the first one is, luckily, a task we already have, which is move 2. Now, the way you can think of tasks as like functions in the behavior trees, and the input to the function is a Blackboard key.
How about a Josh Works saving loading tutorial? Let's see it, man.
Go here to the Blackboard tab.
Let's see it.
Open your Blackboard.
You said you were going to do a tutorial this week.
You'll see that the Blackboard
Let's see it.
A collection of variables or keys.
Do it, you won't? Yeah, no. But it's been fun so far. Nice. What kind of
keys here of different
what kind of mods have you got?
And then you can start assigning values to them. So, for example, in our behavior tree, we want to move to the player character. So we need a key that points to the player character or whatever we're moving. So I'm going to go to my blackboard and create a new key of type object. Well, we want it to be of type actor, but here you can only select high-level types. I'm going to call this attack target. I can also call it player, but attack target is more general in case we want the enemy to attack other targets than the player. And on the right here under key type, choose actor here as your base class. So inside this actor
No, base class actor. Actor. There you go. Of course, one half will be in C++ and the other half will be in Blueprints. Fair enough. Fair enough. Tentacles in hentai. They have that? I'm just kidding. I was about to say, when did they add that? Good old Skyrim. Or not. Considering that's the structure I want for my videos. Do it, man. Let's see it. Just some mods that modernize Skyrim's gameplay and combat. Badass. Badass. Hell yeah. Yeah, I still haven't played Skyrim since the run that I did a while ago.
Targets. Inside the
Grass?
target,
What about
behavior
grass?
tree, we can now select it as the move to target. So now I'm telling
T
you
Black,
move
hello
to
there.
the
What's up,
attack
T Black?
target.
What you got going
Everything
on?
else here is similar to what we set up already. So acceptable radius.
What it do? What it do?
And yeah, we can leave everything else the same. You can also rename this node. Maybe call it move to target. Now, we have this attack target set up in the blackboard.
See that grass video I sent last night? Yeah, I looked at it. I did indeed. Not much. Just got into my onto my PC. Might do a little work. Nice. What kind of work are you thinking about doing?
Now, if you go to
We're doing AI stuff. I got a bunch of AI stuff done yesterday, but then I had a crash and it broke everything, so now I'm starting it over.
One class already comes with the default AI controller associated with it. Now, the AI controller is sort of like the brain of the pawn, but we want to create our own AI controller to run the behavior tree and do other AI-related things. So, over here in our AI folder, right-click, create a blueprint class, and the type is search for AI controller.
Been working on some ship concepts for my flight system. So like different kind of like
of enemies
things you can fly.
Simulation of crowd, and you want them to do collision detection and things.
Yeah, so it seems some people do it with opacity and others don't.
AI controller is if you have.
I feel like most of the grass that I see is done with opacity. Most of the time, which is kind of crazy if it is that expensive. Yeah, I got one main concept now. Hell yeah. Are you like drawing it out?
Base again. You can have a different AI controller per enemy type. Now, if you open up this
like concept art
and go to the event graph, looks similar to a normal blueprints because it is a.
Nah, I just go straight to 3D model. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't draw shit. I'll look at references, but
events on possess.
Like blockout phase. Yeah, fair enough.
Called when the AI controller possesses or takes control of a pawn, which can happen.
Gotta have them references though,
rather than event begin play to set up your behaviors. Now, you can say something like run behavior tree. It's a function inside the AI controller, and it takes a behavior tree that we just created here.
Tree.
That's really how you run a behavior tree. But how do you assign values to the blackboard? Well, if you look on your variables here on the left.
I've done it with geometry before, but my GPU still hated life. We will see. Yeah, let's see. Are you making some grass right now?
And because this behavior tree knows which blackboard.
Kind of curious to see.
Then this variable.
We should do a test to see like a frame rate difference between geometry grass and grass that uses opacity. But I'm happy. As much as I agree about references, I haven't used any for this concept. But I'm happy with how it's developing. Hell yeah. Hey, if it's turning out good,
we want to set our attack target.
then hell yeah. Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, you're doing a test to see the difference. I don't have a grass mask, do you? Do you not have any packs that come with grass? Just test with like a pack that already has that. I mean, there's like tons of them out there for free. You could download one from Megascans that already has that. I'm pretty sure Megascan grass uses opacity. Let's take a look actually. Megascan 3D plant grass. Do you think they all have geometry? Yeah, they have geometry, but they're also using, yeah, this has opacity mask. Yeah. Yeah, you could just grab a Megascans one.
Here has to be
Set value as object. We will see. Yeah, we'll take a look. See the difference in that performance. I did a little bit of reading up on it last night too, and I did see some people talking about getting a solid difference in at least like a handful of frames from it. There's free packs on the Unreal Marketplace that have grass textures as well. Yeah, there's tons of way to get some grass. Yeah, T Black, we're trying to see a performance difference in grass that uses opacity and grass that doesn't use opacity. Because we were told that grass with opacity takes up way more performance rather than like grass that is just geometry.
exactly the key name that we set in the blackboard.
So we're trying to see
Just pull off and
what the
say
difference is.
literal, and write the value here, but I always prefer to make these variables. So right click, promote the variable, and call this one attack target.
Yeah, I can imagine that being the case with advancements in geo calculations with things like nanite. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. I know translucency is stupid expensive, so I'd imagine like what I was reading about is that if you have grass with just geometry, then you're just calculating the geometry of it. But if you're using grass that has opacity, it's taking the calculation of the geometry plus the mask of the opacity.
Key name. Now compile and save to give this a default value. I'm going to actually go over to my Blackboard and copy it to make sure I have no typos. And paste it back here. Now this is the key name, but what's the actual value? The value is the get player character. So we just set the Blackboard key with this name to this value. Now one thing you should know.
Someone else told me it's negligible at best. What do you mean, like not really that big of a difference?
Will probably not have a value at this point. So I'm going to add a really short delay. It can be even a delay of 0. We just want...
yeah, I think it's mainly because you would use one plane with a grass texture plus alpha versus having 50 faces and a solid texture. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to do some testing to see how much of a difference it takes. Because we've been on a discussion on how the hell do these games have such dense foliage? Because, like, when I throw in foliage, like a shitload of foliage, my frames, like, drop significantly. Even with shadows off and world position offset off.
And choose the one that we just created. So we're switching the AI controller that it's using. Now if I go over here in our chase player function, I can delete it. So
so small or unimportant as to be not worth considering. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some tests to see. Because, I mean, if it could be a solid booth, I could see it being worth it. But I don't know. Testing it now? Yeah, you have to let me know. Have to let me know how that goes.
We're not doing anything on play. But let's see what...
But I'm on a 3090, so yeah.
So you see,
yeah.
still chasing us.
I'll give it a test as well. See how it does on mine.
Chase player on begin play.
You have to also? Yeah, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. See what the hell I get out of it. I'll have to make a grass model. Have you tried just rendering the same grass and just unplugging the opacity mask to see if there's a performance boost in that itself? That could be a really fast way to check. Probably not a bad idea. Just getting one from a pack glow. Hey, that works. That works. Yeah, you could test it that way and see what kind of difference there is. Just unplug the opacity.
I can actually delete this chase player altogether. I'm going to keep the attack. And now you'll see that it's still working. Now let me show you how you can see the behavior tree in action. So I'm going to take this behavior tree and just put it somewhere here on the right. Let's make sure everything is in view. And I'm going to play. And you can see here how it's in the sequence of actions that it's doing. So it keeps trying to move the target over and over and over again, and it's already at the target, so it's not doing anything. But this is how you can debug your tree and see what's going on. So let's add more functionality to it. We had it wait, right? So when it moves to the target, it waits 2 seconds. So now I'm going to add a wait, and the wait time is 2 seconds. Let me also keep this on the right here so you can see what's happening. Now the enemy reaches us, waits 2 seconds, and then restarts the sequence. Excellent. We also had the enemy attacking us, but of course we don't have a task for attack. So this is when we start creating our custom tasks. All right, so to do that, first let me create a new folder inside our AI folder and call this one tasks. And then in your behavior tree on the top here, say new task, select where you want it to be, and we're going to name it BTT, which stands for behavior tree task, and we'll call this default attack. Well, default attack. Great. Now, a behavior tree task looks like a blueprint as well and has 2 very important execution nodes that you have to remember. So we're going to right click here and say AI receive. So this event receive execute AI, this one. This is sort of your begin play, or what happens when the task is starts executing.
Yo soy un hombre, I'm learning Spanish? Why are you learning Spanish? Hey YouTube people, been on the YouTube side now.
And a second node is finish execute. Now you have to call this finish execute when you're done and whether it succeeded or not. Otherwise
I don't know.
Stuck in this task forever. So don't forget.
I don't know any other language, man. I have basically no desire. Ohio, konnichiwa, konbanwa. Rusi knows some languages.
We can cast to our enemy base because we know.
Do you think it will take me long to put together an AI that uses my flight system and to fly about, since it's not a typical player controller? Ooh. That might be challenging. So I was looking into flying AI not too long ago, and I was getting like mixed answers on how to deal with that. And one of the things that kind of made sense but kind of didn't make sense was I was reading on the forums, people were saying just to use like a regular AI and regular player controller, and then like just add a like change the offset of the mesh that is in the capsule component. So like basically just like have a capsule component and just change the offset of the enemy that is flying. So it's still like connecting to the ground and stuff, but it looks like it's flying. And that I didn't test it, but that seemed like a way that could work. I don't know too much about flying AI. You busy today with that other thing? What other thing? I'm learning Japanese? You already know Japanese. Yes, tutorial today? Yeah, what's up? What up, what up? Yeah, we're just learning some AI stuff. I've been here the entire time? Hell yeah. Yeah, who? It needs EQS? Oh, yeah. EQS is pretty cool. Oh, Lucy pulling out the Japanese. Busy learning Spanish? Just kidding. I'm doing that tutorial after stream. Oof. I guess we'll be seeing Josh tomorrow. A fellow horror dev, better not be a walking sim. Jokes, much love, man. Keep up the good work. Hey, I appreciate it, man. How are you? Nah, I mean, so the elements of the game so far, we're gonna have combat. That's what we're working on right now is AI and trying to get some combat, but it's gonna be like story based. We're gonna have some puzzles. We're gonna have some enemies. We're gonna have like a little side objective thing where you can, like the side objective thing is kind of like there are different locations where you can take basically take pictures of history that happened at this place. There's an item shop thing that we're doing. There'll be like some boss-ish type parts. Kind of think like Resident Evil-ish, like minus guns. Kinda a little bit different. I guess like Alan Wake-ish, Resident Evil-ish, somewhere in that vein. No, you'll be seeing me after? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We better, man. I'm gonna have to spank you. Ideally, I want the AI to use the same controller I'm using and maybe follow splines or patrol zones within a box and then use raycast to detect if they see the player. Okay, so...
Yeah, it's gonna be fun on the bun.
Honestly, you should be able to follow exactly what I'm doing right here because that's what he does in the first two parts of this, or the first three parts of this. Right? Really, the first four parts of this is what you'll want. And I'd imagine you could do the same functionality with a flying enemy. Because it starts with just, you know, chasing a player, but then he moves on to patrolling. So you want your enemy, your flying enemies to patrol, right? And then he goes into perception. So if they see you, they'll chase you. And then he goes into EQS so that they can, you know, take into consideration the world environment and, you know, move this places depending on that. Ricking, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. How are you? This one pack I have doesn't even have opacity, so it's using geometry and still dog shit. Easy fix, no grass in my game? Yeah, who needs grass, dude? Don't need grass in your game. Don't need grass in your game. Hey, did you know that I've done Unreal Engine tutorials before? Have you? Let's see them.
Enemy, and we.
Let's see them. I'll look at the tutorial when it's time. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this dude Al, I don't know if you've seen his channel, but this is the best tutorial series I've seen on AI. I made it all the way to part 6 yesterday. I finished all the way up to part 6 and had a crash and it broke all my AI, so I'm starting over. But it is really good. Can't use the same controller as the player. AI needs their own. Yeah, typically an AI would have their own controller. I don't have them anymore. I'm sure my previous tutorial skills will reveal themselves in the first tutorial. Hey, let's see it then. We're still waiting, man. We're still waiting. Yeah, I assumed I'll have to set up things that allows the AI to use the back end of my code. Yeah. So you're just wanting like similar functionality, I guess? You're lying again? This is like rap stuff all over again? Yeah, dude. Josh does that. I more meant just flies in the same way that I do. Is that... Yeah, I mean, you might just have to copy some of that functionality over, maybe. This is all talk, man. Just to make the videos. I know, right? No, I was telling the truth about the rap stuff, too.
You know, the enemy also has an attack function.
I ain't worried about that. I want to see the truth on the, I want to see the truth on the damn tutorial, man. Where's tutorial at? Oh, we got ads. Let's see. One of these are triggering too early. Which one is it?
Oh, Piggy Wiggy!
Who that?
Piggy Wiggy, Piggly Wiggly!
El Gordo, what's up, El Gordo? What you got going on, man? What it do, what it do? I appreciate the biddies. Oops. Indeed, you will later. Yeah, so you can have a base character, then child of that for your player and AI. So anything both of them can do will go in the base character, so movement and such. Oh yeah, probably not a bad way to do that actually. So like have a master for both character types, and then like the flight functionality being the master. Have you seen the new texture graphs in Unreal? It looks like a similar function to what Substance Designer does. No, but someone was telling me about that. We were just talking about that yesterday, I think. That seems cool as shit. Still have 2 songs on Spotify, you know? You gotta send it to us, man. Work and lurk? Hey, I appreciate the lurk, man. I appreciate the lurk. Arm, what's up, Arm? What you got going on, man? What it do, what it do? We're starting over AI, sadly. AI broke yesterday during a crash. So I'm starting it off from scratch. Has my rap name on it though, so let's hear it, man. Eating lunch? Hell yeah, what's for lunch? Yeah, the texture graphs even have layers and whatnot, like in Substance Designer, from what I read. I wonder if it's easier to use than Substance Designer. Because Substance Designer is kind of tough. Definitely harder than Substance Painter.
Then we can finish.
Okay, it's all about LOD. It has to be. So still shitty. Still
This is
shitty
not
performance.
Exactly the right way to do this, and I'll show you why in a second. But let's.
Oof, AI broke? Yeah, dude. Kind of a pain in the ass, but it'll be alright.
Put it here on the right.
It's pretty good. I've been meaning to watch more videos on it, but I need 10 time video speed so I can keep up with all the updates, dude.
And remember that this execution.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on it, but I've heard some people talking about it. I need to look it up at some point. I've been learning a little bit of Substance Designer. A little bit, but
now let's see what.
Substance Designer is kind of tough.
So it's reaching us, it's attacking, and it's waiting 2 seconds. Great. Now, what if I didn't have this wait? What will happen? Now, if I didn't have this wait.
Oh, I have 2 waits. Move that.
This will happen. You see the enemy is stuck in the attack state, but it's not actually attacking because it's trying to attack, then it's finishing the attack and moving back to move target. It's trying to move the target, but then it's doing the attack. So it's jumping between these 2 nodes really quickly because it doesn't actually wait for the attack to finish before going back to the previous task. And we
Carrie, you might have to refund Substance Designer if the texture graph in UE5 does what people say it does. Yeah, I'm not gonna refund it because I got Substance Designer with Substance Painter, and I definitely need Substance Painter. So
but we don't actually
I'll still have it.
To finish. That means that we're going to finish executing as soon as we enter.
I'm already watching YouTube videos on two time to get through the info faster.
And try to
but it's not enough. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of info out there.
Bouncing between the 2 states.
A lot of info. It takes a while. And then you forget shit. You like learn all this shit and then like you gotta do it again later and you're like, fuck, I don't remember how to do any of that.
Now, if you go here, well, actually, I need to remove this. Yeah, so if you go here...
Or there's the thing where you can make your own texture in UE5 using texture graph? Yeah, something like that. Yes, yeah. I wouldn't watch it on 2 time. You will forget shit. I forget shit anyways. And layered? Hell yeah. Miss things and have to go back? Yeah.
And then call this.
Definitely possible.
When
for sure.
On completed of the montage or on interrupted. So whether the montage completes or interrupts, in both cases we want to end this attack. Now you can pretend that interrupt is a fail and complete a success, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to treat both as a success. So back here in our default attack task, pull off of the base enemy and say assign on attack end and call this finished attacking. And
what did I name mine? I forget.
We are going to plug in the finish execute on this event instead of immediately after attack.
It's not a race at all. It will take time. Yeah, typically I'll 2 times through the majority of the video and listen to the 10 seconds of video I need like 5 times till I get it. It's mostly just impatience.
Now it reaches me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I'll skip through a video. Like if I know there's shit in the video that I don't need, I'll skip through it, but
so now it's still in move target because it hasn't reached me, reaches me, default attack, back to move target, and so on. But it keeps attacking over and over again if it's already reached me, and that's why I'm going to add back the wait node. So let's
I want a remake of my inventory V40 or something now. Fuck that, dude.
All right, now
Fuck
this is
that.
a very basic sequence.
Ain't no way I'm doing inventory 40 times.
Rename the sequence.
Hell no.
However you like here as well. But we want to add more to it. And first thing we want to add is fixing a bug that I'll show you here. Now, if I'm behind the enemy, attack.
Did someone say inventory? No, no
the
inventory.
enemy is still within the radius,
Games don't need
so it's
inventory.
attacking, even though it's not looking at me. So we want to make sure that the enemy always looks at the player when it attacks. So to do that, we're going to
Saving loading in Unreal Engine 5 C++ blueprints. Let's see it. What the fuck did you say to me?
and call this
Games don't need inventory. I said it.
BTT focus target. Again, call receive execute AI and finish execute. Always start with these two. And off of the owner controller, there is a function called set focus, and this takes an actor to focus on. And this actor, we want it to be whatever our attack target is. Now, how do we actually pass input into our tasks? Now, input in the tasks will only be passing, or mainly be passing, in the form of Blackboard keys. So go.
Dingo Jabba on YouTube is doing a Tarkov style inventory tutorial. Oh no, what is that? Is that like Jigsaw? Like a Jigsaw style inventory?
And this is going to be of type search for Blackboard.
Inventory Unreal Engine 5 C++. Let's see it, man.
And click on the eye icon.
Let's see, yeah.
It's editable.
You're all talk, man. I know, man.
Key selector is
It's
actually
full of it.
Specific for the Blackboard. But
Tarkov style inventory means the more you pay, the bigger it gets.
but not the actual value.
Is that how it works at
So we're gonna
Tarkov?
Pull off of it and say get value as, and we know that the value of the attack target is an actor, so say get value as actor, and then plug this actor here. Compile and save, and now back in our behavior tree, right before we
Well, that's not right at all. What'd I miss?
attack, we're going to
Oh, I didn't set it, did I?
focus
Self-actor.
target. And you'll see here on the details panel, we have this attack target key, which gives us a drop down to select from one of our Blackboard keys. Now we're going to select attack target here. Also, just for good practice, I'm going to add this to a category called keys. That way in our behavior tree here,
Let's see. Basically rotating items in backpacks, then open and close. Only $250. What? 250 bucks. Josh, I'm sick of your shit. You make it bigger in game, but the more you pay, the bigger it gets. It is to begin with. Have you seen all the recent Tarkov controversy? I haven't seen what it is, but I've heard there's some controversy. I have no idea what it is though. I'm gonna record right now. Damn. Right damn now. Lurk. Hey, I appreciate the lurk. We better be seeing a Josh Works tutorial. Let's see it, man. Hey, anyone here use the texture graph yet? I'm trying to find the node that in Designer is called like like tile sampler?
That way,
I haven't.
in our behavior
I don't know
tree
shit
here,
about
you
it.
can see that it's under a key.
Don't know
stack.
nothing.
Now let's see if this works. And now behind the enemy, yes, the enemy is.
I don't know a damn thing.
Now, one very important thing, you probably don't have this by default. I must have changed it at some point. But if you go on your character movement in your base enemy pawn and search for rotation, make sure you have use controller desired rotation and not orient rotation to movement. Because if you have orient rotation,
I've already fixed this yet.
then set focus won't do anything. So make sure on your character movement component in your base enemy class,
I have. Okay.
controller desired rotation. Great. Now we need to fix another issue. Now, after attacking us, the enemy.
Yeah, if they don't have that, then designer is still better than the tile sampler is like 99% of the program. Yeah, it is. Use the shit out of that thing in designer.
We want the enemy when they're moving and not attacking to not be focused on us, to be looking at where they're going. So let's pop back to our behavior tree, create a new task off of blueprint base again, put it in our tasks folder, and call this BTT clear focus. Again, search for.
Boom, found it. So it is in there.
Execute AI and finish execute with success through. And then off of owner controller, just call clear focus. And it doesn't take any input, very simple task. Now, basically, this is what you'll be doing when dealing with behavior trees. You're going to be creating very simple and focused tasks that do one action, and you're going to have a lot of them. And that's really how behavior trees work. All right, so back in our behavior tree here, after we finish attacking, or actually maybe right before we move to the target, always clear focus first, then move to the target. Then once you reach the target, focus that target and attack that target. Then wait 1 second and repeat the whole thing over again. So let's test it again. Enemy is focused on it.
Yeah, found it. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I need to mess with it at some point.
Anymore.
If it's easier to use, that would be pretty damn nice.
Perfect. Now, one
But,
last thing I want to do.
kinda
before
curious
the
to see what
enemy
kind of
starts
results you
going
get out of
is
it.
Actually, give the enemy a sword, because right now the enemy's just hitting us with their fist.
Yay, sword.
In their hand. So go over here.
I don't
to
think any of my enemies, I'm gonna do this for any of my enemies, but I'm gonna add it anyways, just in case. Just to have the
double-click your
functionality there.
skeletal mesh assets. And I want the sword to be added here to the right hand. So I'm gonna
Already
search
have done this.
for hand underscore R. Right click that and say add the track can. All right. So let's create a new custom event.
Custom.
Wield sword. I think that's how you spell wield. Now we want to spawn an actor or a sword actor and attach it to our mesh. We
Wield
don't have that
weapon.
sword actor yet, so let's create it. In our contents folder, I'm gonna right click.
Could replace the sword with a butcher's knife or a pitchfork, or you know, more like horror weapons. Well, I bought some enemies recently that already come with weapons attached, so that's kind of what I'm saying. Like I don't think I need it, but I might grab some other enemies later on that might need the functionality. But yeah, like this guy. Where's he at? Yeah, this guy. He's already just got a weapon attached to him. Same with this guy. He's already got a weapon attached to him. Yeah. I mean, there might be some other enemies though that need it. Nice, those look awesome. Oh, dude, I love this guy right here. This one is crazy. This one looks absolutely insane. Friggin' ridiculous. Yeah, I also bought this guy too. He doesn't have any weapons, but I think I'm gonna leave him without weapons. Yeah. Still need more enemies though. I got a few other ones, but I don't know that I'm gonna use them very much. I have where this one. I don't think I'm gonna use this one at all, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna delete him out of the project, but I do have it. I also have this one. I might use this one. This one's kind of cool-ish. Yeah. Those look badass, man. Yeah, I need some more. I went through Marketplace the other day and bought a few and like threw a few on my wish list. There's a few more out there that I'm wanting to get. Yeah, we got our big boy. I've been looking at this guy for a minute. I finally just went ahead and bought him. He's got physics on his belly. If you run into him, his belly kind of reacts. Alright, so
I'm gonna create a blueprint of type actor and call this BP sword. That's gonna be a very simple weapon. It just has a static mesh component. Let's call this our here this class. Select our sword actor, and the spawn transform, you can just set anything for now. I'm just going to say get actor transform. Doesn't really matter because we're going to change the transform by attaching it to our mesh. So pull off of here and say attach actor to component. And we're attaching this actor to our mesh component. And the socket name is the socket we just created, which is hand underscore
what did I call it?
underscore sword underscore socket. Now, very important here.
Weapon
rules to be snap to target, so that they take the location, rotation, and scale from the socket instead of where they actually spawned. That's why this doesn't matter. But we have to add something because it's a required input field. All right. Now we can just call wield swords here in our begin play, and you'll see that the enemy is carrying a sword. But let's actually call it in a smart way and make it a behavior tree task. So now I'm gonna go over here back to our behavior tree, create a new task, and put it in our tasks folder, and call it btt underscore wield weapon, or wield swords. That's what we call it, right? Yeah. Now this, again, event receive execute AI, and finish execute. Off of the pawn, we're gonna cast to our enemy base, and call our wheel.
Oh, Piggy Wiggy!
Something really important I want to show.
Who dat?
Piggy Wiggy, Piggy
Marius,
Wiggy.
what's up, Marius? Oh, well, Piggy Wiggy. What you got going on, man? What I do, what I do? What did I call it? Oh, where did I do it? Oh, I did it in the wrong thing. This needs to be over here. There you go. Um, hey man, what you got going on? I'm playing Roblox with my son. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! I'm doing some AI stuff. Well, starting over on some AI stuff. So I went through all these tutorials the past 2 days, and then I had a crazy crash yesterday, and it broke my AI. And I tried to recover it, and I don't know, shit was just not working right ever since the crash. So starting it over from scratch. But hell yeah, dude. How you been, man? Spank. Jesse, hey Carrie, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? What do you got going on?
Behavior tree. Let's say
Spank El Gordo.
looking at the sequence here, we say wield sword. This is going to be called multiple times. Every time the sequence runs, it's going to call wield sword.
You should start checking in files to GitHub when you've made changes so you could roll back. I did that. I tried that, and it still didn't. I don't know. The rollback didn't work very good. Yeah, I did that. I literally I pushed to get like 30 minutes before the crash happened, and I don't know, man. I just didn't get it back in the state that it was in. Everything was still broken.
Wielding the sword. To do that, we will add a decorator, and decorators are sort of like if conditions. And it will tell this wield sword to only run if the enemy is not currently wielding the sword. So let's go ahead and create that decorator. So
Damn, that sucks. That does suck, man. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Select the
Be alright though.
base
More learning.
decorator.
Source control isn't always a 100% hit. Yeah. Yeah, sadly it didn't save my ass in this situation. I wish it did. Would have been nice. Do it twice, learn it more, I guess? Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Just do it again. Learn more things. I was experimenting with a modular rig and managed to make some really good idle animations for flashlight, torch holding, swimming, and etc. Oh, that's badass. Hell yeah, getting that animation practice in. Yeah, animation's hard. Animation's time consuming and it's
Create a new
tough.
folder here and call this one decorator.
It was a lot of fun and seriously considering making my own animation a little. Do it.
BTD.
Do it. We need more animators in the world because I feel like most people I talk to in game dev don't do animation.
So it's gonna be true if they're wielding any.
Did you poke it with a stick or hit the fix it button? I tried both. It just didn't work out, man.
All right.
It just didn't work out.
So, unlike the task where we add an event receive AI execution, we're going to go over here on our functions, and under override, we're going to find a function called perform conditional check AI, and we're going to override this function. Now, whatever we return here is what this decorator will be returning. So we want it to return true if the enemy is wielding a weapon and false otherwise. So let's actually go back to our base enemy class and add this variable. So I'm going to add a variable here and call it is wielding sword. And this variable will be true. We'll set it to true here after we call our wield sword function. All right, so now back in our decorator here, off of controlled pawn, we can cast to our base enemy and check if is wielding sword.
Did I do this? Hold on.
and set this as our return value.
Is
Great, and that's basically our decorator. So how
why
do
the
we
fuck
use
is it not coming up?
decorators?
Am I spelling it wrong? What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, yep. I am spelling it wrong here. Hold on. There we go.
Return value. Great, and that's basically our decorator. So how do we use decorators? Back here in our behavior tree.
Yeah, you're right
on the
though.
sealed sort
Yeah, I will.
class,
Hey,
at
can
the
I
right
see
click,
the
we say
monster?
add decorator,
With
and
axe?
select our is wielding sword.
Sure. 1 second. We're talking about this one. This guy. This guy. Oh, we got ads. Alright, so while we have ads, I'm gonna do a pee break. I will be right back.
stroll. Don't you think that's a little bit too dramatic? Can you give me something with a bit more of a beat? Yeah, that's better.
Alright, I'm back. Can't see anything though. Make it daylight. Okay. Daytime. There you go. Kind of want to retexture the axe. Yeah. Damn, did you make that? Yeah, I made it with money. I made it with money. I made it by going on Marketplace and spending money. Is that headless Tubby with all these tentacles? It is. It is indeed. Pay to win? Damn right. Ain't nothing wrong with pay to win. Not in this case.
Passes, will this succeed? So if is wielding sword is true, we want to wield sword turn value. Great, and that's basically our decorator. So how do we use decorators? Back here in our behavior tree, on this wield sword task, I can right click and say add decorator and select our is wielding sword. So only if the decorator passes.
No, there's another one which had the head. As well, but holding. Oh, what? Can't read this.
The decorator passes.
No. Ah, come on. What the fuck? Oh. No, there was another one which had the head as well, but holding axe though? Oh, you're talking about, actually the other one was missing a head as well. You're talking about, this one? This? He is also missing his head. His head is on his stomach. What are you trying to do with AI? All the things. We're gonna have all kinds of AI in the game. But yeah, I mean, most of them will be just kind of like patrolling AI, though. Some of them you can fight, some of them you can't. Some of them you're gonna have to stealth around and shit like that. Yeah, this guy's kind of crazy. The animations on this one are pretty wild. Oh, nice. Would do fast attacks? They may. Oh god. Oh god, he's spawning it. He's spawning it every time. Why is that?
Is wielding sword is true? We want to wield sword. That's not right. We want if wielding sword is false. So we want to inverse this decorator. And over here we have an inverse condition.
Inverse.
And you'll see between brackets here it says inversed. So that means that if wielding sword is false, then make this node succeed. But what if it fails? If you recall, we said a sequence, if one node fails, then it doesn't continue to do all the other.
Right.
We actually wanted to check if is wielding sword is not true, then wield sword. Otherwise, do everything else.
This one, oh, is the one I was talking about though?
So
the one who is attacking you? Oh, you're talking about this one. This one? Yeah, this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Using a selector now instead of a sequence. So this will still be our chase sequence, but off of root, let's get a selector. And in our first part of the selector, we're gonna pop in our is wielding sword or our wield sword task. And on the right side of the selector, we're gonna pop in our chase player sequence.
What happened to its face? I don't know. I think he had a bad time. He had a bad time. It's a bad night at some point. He got all kinds of janked up.
What this means is that if is wielding sword succeeds,
Looks hideous.
then sorry, if this decorator is succeeds, then do is wielding sword. If it fails, move on to the next part of the sequence. So it's either going to do this or that per execution. Of course, once this finishes and is wielding sword becomes false again, then it will always go to chase player. So this will then only be called once. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Back in our base enemy, yeah, let's make sure we're not calling anything on begin play here. And we should expect this behavior tree task to only call wield sword once and never call it again. All right, yeah, now let's see. All right, wield swords might
Let's see. Mine no work. I messed it up. That looks well scary. Imagine that thing lurking in the dark in the game. Yeah, that's the idea. That is the idea. So it is not working for some reason.
Have been too fast, but it was called once, and now it's only
Let me look
staying
back here.
within this. Back here in our behavior tree, on this wheeled sword or decorator here, off of control here, and call it is wielding sword.
Oh, for one, forgot to do that. But still broken. Well, that's at least working, but a 5.4 motion matching made blending animation so easy. Yeah, I'll try it out at some point. Eventually. At some point.
And this variable will be true. We'll set it to true here after we call our wield sword function. All right, so now back in our decorator here, off of controlled pawn, we can cast to our base enemy and check if is wielding sword, and set this as our return value. Great, and that's basically our decorator. So how do we use decorators? Back here in our behavior tree, on this wield sword task, I can right click and say add decorator and select our is wielding sword.
Oh god.
So only if the decorator passes will this succeed. So if is wielding sword is true, we want to wield sword. That's not right. We want if wielding sword is false.
Beanos, hello? What's up,
we want
Beanos?
to
What you got going on?
inverse decorator.
Are you gonna add any grunting sounds for monsters when they are idle, or are they gonna surprise the player? Yeah, we'll definitely add some noises.
And over
At
here
some
we have
point.
inverse condition. And you'll see between brackets here it says inversed. So that means that if wielding sword is false, then make this node succeed. But what if it fails? If you recall, we said a sequence, if one node fails, then it doesn't continue to do all the other. We actually wanted to check if is wielding sword is not true, then wield sword. Otherwise, do everything else. We don't want it to just ignore all of this. So then we have to actually then start using a selector now instead of a sequence. So this will still be our chase sequence, but off of root, let's get a selector. And in our first part of the selector, we're gonna pop in our is wielding sword, or our wield sword task. And on the right side of the selector, we're gonna pop in our chase player sequence. What this means is that if is wielding sword succeeds, if this decorator succeeds, then do is wielding sword. If it fails, move on to the next part of the sequence. So it's either going to do this or that per execution. Of course, once this finishes and is wielding sword becomes false again, then it will always go to chase player. So this will then only be called once. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Back in our base enemy, yeah, let's make sure we're not calling anything on begin play here. And we should expect this behavior tree task to only call wield sword once and never call it again. All right, yeah, now let's see. All right, wield swords might have been too fast, but it was called once, and now it's only staying within this sequence. So you see here, it's only staying within the sequence and never going back to wield sword. Now I'm going to show you again because it happened really fast. And ready? Yeah. So it was called very quickly and then doesn't call, never called again.
Okay, something's broken here. Mangaruku, what? How do you speak without moving your mouth? I'm confused. What's up, Mangaruki? What you got going on, man? Hey, what about spooky environments like sounds or crickets noises? Things like that? Yeah, we're gonna have all kinds of sounds. Cool, cool. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, man. What you got going on?
Click your skeletal mesh assets. And I want the sword to be
I am
right hand. So
doing
I'm gonna
fairly
search
okay.
Skeleton tree for hand _ R.
Doing some
Right click
AI
and
shiz.
say add socket. Now a socket is just a scene attached to this mesh that we can attach different actors and meshes to. So I'm gonna call this socket hand _ R _ sword.
Did you make the model for the AI? I did
If you
not.
want to see what a specific mesh
Running
looks like,
dynamic behavior
attach
tree is a bad
sockets
thing to
to
do? What do you
preview
mean?
assets
Running
here.
dynamic behavior
Select the mesh
trees?
you want. In our case, it's sword. Now you
Or
can
like, should it be only
transform
done on a
this,
few AI
move it
actors?
around until
I
in the
don't know.
position that you want. Oh, and also on
I
the
don't
right
know.
here,
I
you
know
can use
EQS
specific
could be pretty
animation.
expensive
Select the
if you're
animation you
doing
want
EQS stuff.
so that you see what it actually looks like in your specific.
But a behavior tree is basically just running functions. So, I mean, it's the same thing as if you just put all these functions in your
bit over here.
character. Put on a behavior tree.
Yep, I think that's.
You'd have a dynamic behavior tree node in behavior trees. What is a dynamic behavior tree node? What does that
I'm
do?
gonna right click and remove attached assets. Again, this is just a preview.
I hope so too.
Um,
Yeah, not that I'm aware of.
So back here in our enemy, we actually want to wield this sword. So let's create a new custom event. And call it wield sword. I think that's how you spell wield.
Allows you
Now,
to
we want
dynamically
spawn
change parts of
actor
the
or
behavior
sword
tree
actor and
branches.
attach
I'm not
it to
sure.
our mesh.
Where did you find it? It looks really good. I'm looking for a model for my game. So there's this guy on the marketplace that I bought it from. This guy has a bunch of good models. Dima 3D artist. This guy, he's got a bunch of good shit. Yeah. Yeah, got it from this guy. Yep, that's where I got it.
But we don't have that sword actor yet, so let's create it. In our contents folder, I'm going to right click contents folder, a static mesh component.
Like you can have a behavior tree of combat, search, patrol, and dynamically swap them on a larger behavior tree, enemy's behavior branch. Yeah, so the way that he's going through it in this tutorial is to just do that through enums. Like it dynamically changes between the different like states through enums. I don't know as well, so yeah, I don't know. But the way he's going through is he's just adding a an enum state and that switches between. I see, just exploring. Yeah, AI is a big ass topic. There's so much shit you can do with it.
Call this our sword mesh. And on the
Hey, I got
right
one from
here
this guy
is
too. Oh, nice. Was it the dinosaur one?
asset.
Because I saw he had a
And
dinosaur
if you
one.
do have collision on your weapon, make sure to collide. Let's sword actor. And the spawn transform, you can just set anything for now. I'm just going to say get actor transform. Doesn't really matter because we're going to change the transform by attaching it to our
For my
mesh.
horror game, yeah, you're right. He is good.
Attach actor to component.
Stuff cooking, yeah, he's got some good
Attach
shit.
actor to our mesh component, and the socket name is the socket we just created, which is hand _ R _ sword _ socket. Now, very important here for the location, rotation, and scale rules to be snap to target, so that they take the location, rotation, and scale from the socket instead of where they actually spawned. That's why this doesn't matter, but we have to add something because it's a required input field. All right.
Something's
now, we
broken.
can't just call wield swords here.
Oh, I
in
didn't
our
plug this in.
gameplay.
That might be
And
important.
instead the enemy is carrying a sword. But let's actually call it in a smart way and make it a behavior tree task.
Still.
So now I'm gonna go over here back.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
New
Some
task.
dinosaurs and one monster. Hell yeah.
Tasks folder and call it
Hell yeah.
T_wield weapon or wield swords. That's what we call this, right? Yeah. Now this again, event receive execute AI and finish execute. Off of the pawn, we're gonna cast to our enemy base and call our wield swords. Now there's something really important I want to show you here. If I call this task from our behavior tree, let's say in the beginning of the sequence here, we say wield sword. This is going to be called multiple times. Every time the sequence runs, it's going to call wield sword. Now we only want it to wield sword if it's not already wielding the sword. To do that, we will add a decorator, and decorators are sort of like if conditions. And it will tell this wield sword to only run if the enemy is not currently wielding the sword. So let's go ahead and create that decorator. So up here on the top, go to new decorator and select the blueprint base decorator. We're gonna create a new folder here and call this one decorators. And we're gonna name this decorator BTD, which is behavior tree decorator, and call it is wielding weapon. So it's gonna be true if they're wielding any weapon. Let's just make it sword right now because we only have a sword. All right. So unlike the task where we add an event receive AI execution, we're going to.
I was gonna buy that lizard-looking T-Rex human monster from him. Hell yeah. Yeah, that thing looks cool as shit.
Perform conditional check AI, and we're gonna override this function.
Yeah, there's a few other things I want to get from him too.
Return here is what this decorator will be returning. So we want it to return true if the enemy is wielding a weapon.
First, I'm gonna complete that dinosaur game, then work on my horror, perhaps start again in 5.4 when everything is updated, plugins and packages.
So I'm gonna add a variable here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'll work on after this. Not too sure. Got a while till this is done though.
Will be true. We'll set it to true here after we call our wield sword function. All right, so now back in our decorator here, off of controlled pawn, we can cast to our base enemy and check if is wielding sword and set this as our return value. Great, and that's basically our decorator. So how do we use decorators? Back here in our behavior tree, on this wield sword task, I can right click and say add decorator and select our is wielding sword. So only if the decorator passes will this succeed. So if is wielding sword is true, we want to wield sword. But that's not right. We want if wielding sword is false. So we want to inverse this decorator. And over here we have an inverse condition. And you'll see between brackets here it says inversed. So that means that if wielding sword is false, then make this node succeed. But what if it fails? If you recall, we said a sequence, if one node fails, then it doesn't continue to do all the other. We actually wanted to check if is wielding sword is not true, then wield sword. Otherwise, do everything else. We don't want it to just ignore all of this. So then we have to actually then start using a selector now instead of a sequence. So this will still be our chase sequence, but off of root, let's get a selector. And in our first part of the selector, we're gonna pop in our is wielding sword, or our wield sword task. And on the right side of the selector, we're going to pop in our chase player sequence. What this means is that if is wielding sword succeeds, then if this decorator succeeds, then do is wielding sword. If it fails, move on to the next part of the sequence. So it's either going to do this or that per execution. Of course, once this finishes and is wielding sword becomes false again, then it will.
Have you decided on the theme music for the game? Nope. Nope. Nope.
All right.
Nope. Someone did make us. Someone did make us some music. One song. I can play it real quick. Let me find it. Here it is. This thing. Oh, we got ads. Oh, that sounds so good. I love that one though. I appreciate it. Yeah, he did pretty good. He did pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna call it here. Well. Sounds almost like the God of War Egyptian gods theme. Hell yeah. Honestly bad GG's. Mega Rookie GG's. Hey, I appreciate. Well, I appreciate everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna continue fighting with this AI stuff. For some reason, this part is not working. I gotta figure out what the hell is fucking it up. Have fun. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Alright, so, yeah.